Good morning, ma. So in yesterday class we have completed Professor Perry's theorem and some problem on that. So today we'll discuss that unit 5, that is of unsymmetrical building. How the unsymmetrical building is going to differ in different types of conditions. So first, going to the topic, first we will discuss what is of symmetrical bending. What are symmetrical sections? So first we know that. So this is of symmetrical section, which is having an axis of x and y, and this axis, which is denoted with the x's and y, this axis is known as principal axis. So when the load is applied parallel to y axis, so when I am going to apply the load parallel to y axis, then the bending moment for this section is going to occur like this. So the bending moment will occur like this. And this theory, so in the pure bending of theory, pure bending of column, we have discussed it in unit 2. So by using this equation, m by a is equal to sigma by y is equal to I by r, we can define the moments and stresses. We can calculate the moments and stresses. So this is of symmetrical bending. So what is of unsymmetrical bending? So if you see the figure here, so this is of same symmetrical section we are going to take, but the loading, so here previously for symmetrical section the loading we have given parallel to y axis we have given. So here unsymmetrical is nothing but for the same symmetrical section, if you are going to apply the load not parallel to axis or along the axis, but we are going to apply it in an inclined way. So if I am going to apply it in an inclined way, then with the same axis it is going to bend in this condition. So like this it is going to tend, with the help of this inclined load it is going to bend towards in this direction. So this bending is known as unsymmetrical bending, and with the help of this unsymmetrical bending there are another axis are going to develop. So consider it as UU and VV. So another axis are going to develop. So these are of permanent axis, x and y. These are of principal axis, and these are the axes which are developed with respect to the loading condition. So this is of symmetrical and unsymmetrical bending. So now we will see what are of principal axis and what is of principal moment of inertia. This is of another example for unsymmetrical bending, ma. This is of angled section, Indian standard angled section. In this section also, so this is of angle section. When the load is applied here, then this section is going to bend like this. So this is also will be considered for unsymmetrical section. Now we will see what is of unsymmetrical derivation. So if a plane of bending or plane of loading, if a plane of bending or plane of loading does not lie in or parallel to the plane, if a plane of bending or plane of loading does not lie in or parallel to the plane that contains principal axis of cross section, this bending is called unsymmetrical bending. Nothing but, so if we consider this angle section, we are going to consider this is an axis. When the loading is applied at this section, it is going to convert into this bending moment. This bending it is going to get. So here the cross section is differed. Cross section is differed and the axes are differed. So this type of condition is known as unsymmetrical bending. So in unsymmetrical bending, we are going to have two cases to get an unsymmetrical sections. So if you see here, we are going to have the two cases. The first case is, even though the section is symmetrical, so the section is in an symmetrical way, nothing but when the axis is going to divide from the CG, center of gravity, each and every, here we are going to have the four parts, first 3, 2, 3 and 4. So each part is going to have the same sections, nothing but same dimensions we are going to have. This is nothing but symmetrical section. So section is symmetrical but the load line is inclined. So the section is symmetrical but the load has applied in an angled portion or inclined portion, then the section will be considered as unsymmetrical bending. And the second case is, section is unsymmetrical and load line is along or parallel to the axis. If the section is unsymmetrical, like angled section or C section. So like this C section, if the load is applied parallelly or inclinedly, the section will tends to bending. These are then it is known as unsymmetrical bending. So these are the two cases we are going to have. So these two cases we have to discuss. So before going to that, we will discuss some basic terms. What are of principal axis? So first we have to know what is a principal axis. If we see in the previous figure, we have noted that. So this is known as principal axis, we have noted down for an symmetrical section. If suppose for unsymmetrical section we are going to get nothing but either C section or angle section where the principal axis are going to differ. So that we will see now. So the definition of principal axis is, principal axis are those about which product of inertia is 0. So where the principal axis is nothing but where the product of inertia is 0, that condition is known as principal axis. So for example, if I am going to consider some portion here, I am going to denote the x and y conditions. Now in this portion I am going to consider some portion of dA. So I am going to consider some portion of dA, and this is the section of y and this is of x, okay, small x and small y. Now if I want to calculate, now I will calculate the moment of inertia throughout xx and throughout yy. If I am going to calculate throughout ixx the moment of inertia about ixx, then the moment of inertia is integral of the area of the element. So the area of the element is dA into square of the distance up to the axis we consider, that is moment of ixx equation. Area of the element is dA into square of distance. So for this the square of distance is y. So the square of distance is nothing but y square. So ix is equal to y square into dA. Similarly, if I am going to calculate moment of inertia in Iyy, it will become integral x square into dA. Area of the element into square of the distance up to where we are going to consider. So up to x we have considered. So that is nothing but the moment of inertia in Ixx and Iyy. So now what is product of inertia? So product of inertia is nothing but the area, the section of two components, nothing but the moment of inertia about Ix and y. Then it can be written as area of the element is nothing but same dA into distance about x and y axis. The distance about x and y axis are small x and small y. So this is known as product of inertia. So this is known as product of inertia, and at which this product of inertia, so this is known as product of inertia, and at which this product of inertia is going to become 0, that is known as principal axis. If this product of inertia is going to become, that is known as principal axis. And next another we are going to have principal moment of inertia. So what is a principal moment of inertia? We have discussed with principal axis. What is principal moment of inertia? So the moment of inertia with respect to the principal axis is called principal moment of inertia. So now we will take another example to discuss it in detail. So same condition I am going to take of x and y. Now so this is a figure. Now I am going to rotate this figure to 90 degrees. So I am going to rotate this figure to 90 degrees. If I am going to rotate this figure, the x axis is going to come up in here and y axis is going to come up here. So it has rotated to 90 degrees. Then here the y portion will be in an positive and the x condition will come in an negative x condition. Then the product of inertia for this condition will become Ixy. Nothing but the moment of inertia for this section will become Ixy is equal to integral minus x into y into dA it will come. So here minus integral xy into dA it has come. So when the moment of the section has rotated from 0 to 90 degrees. So it is of 0 and it has rotated to 90 degrees. It has came from plus to minus xy into dA. So nothing but at the section of 0 to 90 degrees of this condition, when it is going to rotate at some condition, nothing but at some condition from 0 to 90 degrees, at any one condition, nothing but at any one angle, the product of inertia will become 0. Nothing but between 0 to 90 degrees at any one condition, the product of inertia will become 0. So that is known as principal axis. And the moment which is generating in between these axes, the moment which is generating in between 0 to 90 degrees axis, that is known as principal moment of inertia. Clear na? So principal axis is nothing but principal axis where the product of inertia is 0. So the product of inertia will tends from 0 to 90 degrees. So it can be 0 from where we don't know, up to from 0 to 90 degrees, it can become anywhere, it can become 0. And the moment of inertia which lies in between this 0 to 90 degrees, that is known as principal moment of inertia. So in this, here you have to, one thing you have to note it down, that so the principal axis for the symmetrical sections, for the symmetrical section won't change. So this will be the principal axis for the symmetrical section. For unsymmetrical section, so this is of unsymmetrical section now. So not only this, so this I section is also some symmetrical section, and this is a amoeba shape, this is also some unsymmetrical section. For unsymmetrical section, when with the help of load it is going to change into some bending. So with the help of this bending, so previously this is the axis, it is going to have xx and yy. So with the help of bending, some new axes are going to develop. So these new axis, so these new axes are principal axis only for the unsymmetrical sections. So for unsymmetrical section, the axes which are formed after the bending, that axis are known as principal axis. So now we will discuss what is the principal moment of inertia will occur in an unsymmetrical bendings. We will see now. Nothing but principal moment of inertia for unsymmetrical sections we will see now. So for that, principal moment of inertia, what is a principal moment of inertia, we will see now. So now for the same old figure, now I am going to consider that. So now the same thing, for an amoeba some shape I am going to take, and this is of x, y, and I am going to take some area of dA, this is of x and this is of y. When it has rotated to some angle, it is going to differ into x dash, y dash, and here some angle it is going to make. So this angle we have to find out. So clearly, if you are going to go with a neat figure, so this is of axis x and y, and this is the new axis x dash and y dash after the bending. So in detail, if you go the figure, so the new coordinates, so here the new coordinates x dash and y dash are there. So these coordinates are known as principal axis for the unsymmetrical bending. So now this condition will take and we will find out what are the principal moment of inertia we are going to get. Nothing but the known axis we know. The axis which are formed with respect to bending, new axis x dash and y dash, that principal axis we have to find out. Nothing but the moment of inertia ixx, nothing but xx we have to find out, iyy we have to find out, and xy product of inertia we have to find out. Similarly x dash, y dash, x dash, y dash. So these are the new axis, nothing but this x and y, and these are the old axis. These we have to find out, and finally we have to find out the product of inertias. So now in detail we will draw this figure. So if you are going to take the section, so this is of x and this is of y portion, and I am going to make some body over here. So this is of section nothing but portion dA. So this is of portion dA I am going to take, and this is of x and this is of y. And now if it is going to bend to an new axis, so if it is going to bend to new axis, so this is of new axis x dash and this is of y dash, and here some angle of theta it is going to build up. Now if it is going to tilt up, then it is going to come in this way. So the section is going to build up like this, nothing but the total part is going to build up like this. Then here the value of x dash is going to come up, and here y dash is going to come up. So here this value of x dash and y dash we have to find it. We don't know this x dash and y dash. Now these x dash and y dash values we have to find out. So now I will denote these conditions. So I am going to convert this is as O, and this is as A, and this is as B, and this is as C, and next this condition as D, and here this is as E. And in this section I am going to make one perpendicular line. So I am going to draw one perpendicular line here and with respect to here. So here I am going to draw one perpendicular line, and here I am going to denote it with here another condition we are going to have. This is S of G, and here I am going to denote it with F. This is as EF, and this is of I, and this is of H condition. So the O, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and I condition. So like that we have divided. So now from this figure we have to find out that right angle triangles. So first we will consider, so the values of x dash and y dash we have to find out. So first we will find out the values of x dash and y dash, and then similarly the y and x values also we will find out. First we will find out the values of x and y, then we will find out the values of x dash and y dash, then we will find out the moment of inertia. So first now I will find out from triangle BCI. So here the triangle BCI is, so this is of triangle BCI. So if I am going to take the triangle BCI, so this is of triangle BCI. So this is, so here some theta it is going to make. So this is of hypotenuse, and this is of adjacent, and this is of opposite section. Now from this section, what is the value of sin theta? Sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, nothing but CI by BC, nothing but CI by X. So from this the value of CI is equal to X sin theta. So here the value of CI it has came. So here the value of CI is nothing but X sin theta it has came. Similarly next we will find out for the cos theta. So sin theta we have found. Next we will find out for cos theta. So from this triangle the value of cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse, nothing but BI by CB, that is equal to BI by X. Therefore BI is equal to X into cos theta. So here BI is nothing but this section. So here the value as came as X into cos theta. So similarly next we will find out for the OCH triangle. So this is a OCH triangle na? So for this triangle we will find out the values. So from triangle OCH, so the triangle OCH is like this. So here it is making a triangle O, and this is of C, and this is of H. So this is of opposite, and this is of adjacent, and this is of hypotenuse. So from this, what is the value of sin theta? Therefore sin theta is equal to CH by OC, nothing but CH by Y. So here the value here CH by Y, here OC is nothing but from here to here. So from here to here the value of OC is nothing but the value of Y. See here, so here O to C na, so O to C the value is Y here, and next that's why the value has came. Therefore CH is equal to Y sin theta. So here the value of CH has came as Y sin theta. So just substitute there. So here the value of CH is, so here the value of CH, here the value of CH is Y sin theta it has came. So similarly from the same triangle, what is the value of cos theta? Cos theta is called adjacent by hypotenuse, that is equal to OH by OC. OH, the value of OH we don't know, OH by OC is nothing but Y. Therefore CH is equal to Y cos theta. Therefore CH is equal to Y cos theta. Sorry, here it is OH na. So therefore OH is equal to Y cos theta is come. So the OH is here Y cos theta. So just substitute in the figure. So the value of OH is here Y cos theta. So the value of X we have found it, that is of X sin theta, and here the value of BI we have found it, that is of BI is X cos theta, and similarly OH is Y cos theta and CH is Y sin theta. So now we will find out the value of X dash and similarly Y dash. The new axis X dash and Y dash values we have to find out. So nothing but, so this is of, so this is X dash and this is Y dash. So now we will find out the values of this. Therefore X dash is equal to, so which are lying in an X plane. So X dash, so which are lying in an X plane, Y sin theta plus X cos theta it is going to have. Next Y dash is nothing but Y cos theta X sin theta we are going to have. So if you are going to neglect, so this is of Y sin theta, X sin theta na, this is of Y cos theta. If you are going to neglect Y cos theta minus X sin theta, then only the value of Y we are going to get up here. So that's why the value of minus it is going to come up. So next, therefore X dash is equal to Y sin theta plus X cos theta. Similarly Y dash is equal to Y cos theta minus X sin theta. Make it as equation number 1, and this is as equation number 2. So next what we have to do, the moment of inertia about Ix's and Iyy we have to find out. So we know the moment of inertia throughout Ixx is equal to integral y square into dA. Similarly Iyy is equal to integral x square into dA, and similarly integral Ixy is equal to integral Iy into dA. Sorry, not integral Ixy, nothing but this is of product of inertia. Similarly for the new axis, if you are going to find out, the new axis is X dash is equal to integral y dash square into dA. Similarly y dash is equal to integral x dash square into dA. Similarly Ix dash y dash is equal to integral integral x dash y dash into dA it will come. So now let us we will find out the values of new axis Ix dash, Iy dash and Ix and y dash. So we know that, so let's we will substitute that. So then therefore the value of Ix dash is equal to integral y square into dA. So what is the value of y dash square? What is the value of y dash here? Y cos theta minus x sin theta. So just substitute that value, that is equal to integral y cos theta minus x sin theta whole square into dA. So just simplify the equation, it will come as y square cos square theta plus x square sin square theta minus 2xy into cos theta into sin theta whole dA it will come. And next similarly we have to find out for the next condition, that is then ix dash x dash we have find it. So similarly next we have to find out now you just separate these conditions. If I am going to separate the integration part, then integral y square into cos square theta into dA plus integral x square into sin square theta into dA minus integral xy into sin square sin theta into cos theta into dA it will come. So here the value of 2 cos theta sin theta, 2 sin theta cos theta can be written as sin 2 theta. 2 sin theta cos theta can be written as sin theta. If I am going to substitute that value, integral y square into cos square theta into dA plus integral x square into sin square theta into dA minus integral xy into sin 2 theta into dA. So take out the constant term to outside, then it will become cos square theta integral y square into dA plus sin 2 theta into integral x square into dA minus sin 2 theta integral xy into dA. So integral y square into dA can be written as, so therefore cos y square into dA can be written as I xx, and sin square theta integral x square into dA can be written as I yy minus sin theta integral xy into dA can be written as the product of inertia. So make it as equation number 3. So this is of I x dash x dash. So similarly we will find out the value of I y dash y dash. So similarly I y dash is equal to, what is I y dash and I y dash? Integral x dash square into dA. So if you are going to find out integral x dash square into dA, so what is x dash? Y sin theta plus x cos theta whole square into dA. If you are going to make it, then it will become y square sin square theta plus x square cos square theta plus xy into sin theta, 2xy into sin theta into cos theta whole dA. The same form, by simplifying the total equation we will get the value of I y dash as same. Similarly what you have done previously, thus in the same manner if you are going to do, the value will come as sin square theta of I xx plus cos square theta of I yy plus sin 2 theta of I xy we are going to get. So the value of I x dash and I y dash we have got. So next what you will do, now I am going to add equation number 3 plus 4, nothing but I x dash plus I y dash I am going to add up. If I am going to add, the equation will is cos square theta into I xx plus sin square theta into I yy minus sin 2 theta into I xy, and next I y value is sin square theta into I xx plus cos square theta into I yy plus sin 2 theta into I xy. So sin 2 theta will get cancelled. Then from this separate I xx and I y values. Then I xx is equal to cos square theta plus sin square theta. Similarly plus I yy is equal to sin square theta plus cos square theta. So the value of cos square theta, sin square theta, cos square theta will become 1 itself. then the value will become ixx of 1 plus iyy of 1. So therefore from this equation it is clear that the value of I x dash plus I y dash equal to I xx plus I yy. Make it as equation number 5. So from this equation it is clear that the sum of moment of inertia about old axis, so the sum of moment of inertia about the this is old axis plus sum of moment of inertia about the new axis are same. So the sum of moment of inertia about the old axis plus sum of moment of inertia about the new axis are same. So now what we are going to do, we are going to the moment of inertia now we are going to neglect. Now what I am going to do, subtracting 3 minus 4 I am going to do. So if I am going to subtract 3 minus 4, nothing but I x dash minus I y dash. So it can be written as cos square theta into ixx plus sin square theta into iyy minus sin 2 theta into ixy minus of sin square theta into ixx plus cos square theta into iyy plus sin 2 theta into ixy we are going to get. So by making them it will come as by simplifying these terms we will get, if you are going to make ixx it will become as cos square theta minus sin square theta plus iyy of sin square theta minus cos square theta minus 2 ixy. So minus, so here minus you are going to have, it will become minus 2 ixy into sin 2 theta it will become. So now the value of cos square theta. So what is the value of cos square theta? So the value of, so see here, the value of cos square theta is 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. So we can return the value of cos square theta as 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Similarly sin square theta can be written as 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. Then similarly the value of cos square theta minus sin square theta can be written as cos 2 theta. So the value of cos square theta can be written as 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Sin square theta can be written as 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. Cos square theta minus sin square theta can be written as cos 2 theta. So by substituting these values in the above equation, now we will get the equation as, so the value of I square theta, cos square theta sin square theta can be written as the value of cos 2 theta minus, similarly sin square theta minus cos square theta, if you are going to get in this direction it will become minus. So if it is going to come in this way it will become cos square theta minus sin square theta, here minus it will come, minus iyy into cos 2 theta minus, so sin square theta can be written as, sorry it is sin 2 theta, sorry, minus 2 iy into sin 2 theta. So this equation can be written as, therefore I x dash minus I y dash is equal to, so I xx iy, here cos 2 theta is common, then I xx minus I yy of cos 2 theta minus 2i xy into sin 2 theta. So make it as equation number 6. So when you are going to add the product of inertias of old and new, the two equations came as same. When you are going to subtract them, the equation has differ here. So now we will find out the values of ixx and iyy in terms of this equation. So now what we will do, the equation 5 and 6 we will add one time and we will neglect nothing but subtract one time. What the result we will get, we will see now. So now what I am going to do, adding 5 plus 6. So if I am going to add the equation 5 plus 6, nothing but I x dash plus I y dash plus I x dash minus I y dash is equal to Ixx plus Iyy plus Ixx minus Iyy into cos 2 theta minus 2I xy into sin 2 theta. So here I y dash will get cancelled out from this. Therefore 2I x dash is equal to Ixx plus Iyy plus Ixx minus Iyy into cos 2 theta minus 2I xy into sin 2 theta we are going to get. So now what I am going to do, I am going to transfer this 2 to this side, then it will become, therefore I x dash is equal to Ixx plus Iyy by 2 plus Ixx minus Iyy by 2 into cos 2 theta minus minus 2I xy into sin 2 theta we are going to get. So this equation is equation number 7 we are going to get. So next what I am going to do, I am going to similarly I am going to subtract this equation. If I am going to subtract this equation, nothing but equation 6 minus 5 I am going to do. Then subtracting equation 6 from 5, nothing but 5 minus 6 if I am going to do, nothing but Ixx plus Iyy minus of Ixx minus Iyy is equal to Ixx plus Iyy of plus Ixx minus Iyy into cos 2 theta minus 2Ixy into sin 2 theta it will come. So here minus sign. So by simplifying this total, the value of Ix will get cancelled out. By simplifying this total equation with the same manner, the value of I y dash we are going to get up. Sorry, Ix dash y dash x dash y dash. By simplifying this, the value of Ix y dash we are going to get. It will come as Ix plus Iyy by 2 minus Ixx minus Iyy by 2 into cos 2 theta plus 2Ixy into sin 2 theta we are going to get. So this is equation number 8. So it is clear that now that axis of new axis of moment of inertia we have finded. The Ixx value we have finded and Iyy value we have finded. Now product of moment of inertia we have to find out. Nothing, product of inertia we have to find out. Nothing but product of inertia. So this is of moment of inertia about y axis and x axis. Now product of inertia is nothing but I x dash y dash we have to find out. That is called integral x dash y dash into dA we have to find out. So integral x dash y dash into dA is nothing but, so integral x dash is nothing but y sin theta plus x cos theta. Similarly y cos theta minus x sin theta into dA it will come. So by simplifying we will get y square sin theta into cos theta plus xy into cos square theta minus xy into sin square theta minus x square sin theta into cos theta into dA we will get. So now if you are going to separate the terms, so if I am going to separate them, integral y square into sin theta into cos theta into dA plus integral xy into cos square theta into dA minus integral xy into sin square theta into dA minus integral x square into sin theta into cos theta into dA will get. So here if I am going to separate these terms, then it will come as sin theta into cos theta integral y square into dA plus cos square theta into xy into dA minus sin square theta integral xy into dA minus sin theta into cos theta integral x square into dA will get. So we know the values of y square into dA is nothing but I xx, xy into dA is nothing but product of inertia, nothing but I xy. So by substituting this condition we will get the required solution. So by substituting them, so what are that? So by substituting them we will get the equation as sin theta into cos theta into Ixx plus cos square theta into Ixy minus sin square theta into Ixy minus sin theta into cos theta into Iyy we are going to get. So make the common terms, then see here the common terms are sin theta cos theta. If you are going to make sin theta cos theta of Ixx minus Iyy plus Ixy we are going to have nothing but Ixy of cos square theta minus sin square theta. So sin cos square theta minus sin square theta can be cos 2 theta, and so for the simplification what you are going to do, I am going to divide this condition with 2 and multiplying the condition with 2. Then the value of 2 sin theta into cos theta can be written as sin 2 theta. Similarly, cos square theta minus sin square theta can be written as cos 2 theta. So substitute these values, then it will come as, so 2 sin theta cos theta can be written as sin 2 theta. Sin 2 theta by 2 of Ixx minus Iyy plus this value can be written as cos 2 theta, Ixy of cos 2 theta. So from this it is clear that the product of inertia is Ixx minus Iyy divided by 2 into sin 2 theta plus Ixy cos 2 theta. So make it as equation number 9. So by here we have found out the product of inertia we have found out, and the Ixs we have found out, and moment of inertia about new axis I x dash y dash, I x dash we have found out, y dash we have found out, and x dash y dash we have found out. Now the main important thing is the principal axis we have to find out. The direction of principal axis we have to find out. Nothing but the Ix's new conditions we have found out. So if you see the figure, so here the value of I x bar x dash y dash we have found out. Now when it is rotating in this direction up at an angle of theta, here the new axis, principal axis we have not found out. This principal axis we have not found out. So now this principal axis we will find out. Nothing but the direction of principal axis now we are going to find out. So therefore the direction of principal axis. So the direction of principal axis. So here the principal axis. So what is an principal axis? Principal axis is nothing but the product of inertia. If it is going to get 0, the product of inertia if it is going to get 0, that is known as principal axis. So product of inertia is nothing but I x dash y dash. If the value of I x dash y dash is going to become 0, then this is known as principal axis. So by substituting this value to 0, so this value is Ixx minus Iyy by 2 into sin 2 theta plus Ixy into cos 2 theta is equal to 0. If I am going to make this equation to 0, then we will get the direction of principal axis. Then therefore Ixx minus Iyy by 2 into sin 2 theta is equal to minus Ixy by cos 2 theta. So from this bring out this sin 2 theta to cos 2 theta to this side. Therefore sin 2 theta by cos 2 theta is equal to So if I am going to take 2 to this side, minus 2i xy into cos 2 theta divided by this value, I xx minus I yy. So from this it is clear that sin theta by 2 theta can be written as tan 2 theta. Tan 2 theta is equal to minus 2 I xy by I xx. Sorry, here cos theta value it won't come, it has transferred here, minus I xx into I yy it will come. So it is nothing but, if you are going to take the right angle triangle, so if it is of right angle triangle, here the value of 2 theta it is going to make up, here tan 2 theta is nothing, tan theta is nothing but, here the value here it will come minus 2i xy, nothing but this is of opposite side, and ixx I value will come as here ixx minus I yy, here it will going to come up. Tan theta is nothing but opposite side by adjacent side. Here the value of hypotenuse will become root of both conditions, root of 2ixy whole square plus ixx minus Iyy whole square it will become. Now from this figure, what is the value of sin theta? Then value of sin 2 theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite is minus 2ixy by hypotenuse is nothing but this value, root of 2ixy whole square plus ixx minus Iyy whole square. Similarly, cos 2 theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. See here adjacent value is ixx minus Iyy, ixx minus Iyy, root of hypotenuse is same, 2ixy whole square plus ixx minus Iyy whole square. So from this principle of axis we have found out tan theta value, sin 2 theta and cos 2 theta. Now the maximum moment of inertia we have to get. So from figure it is clear that the values of, if we are going to substitute the values of sin theta and cos 2 theta, if you are going to substitute the values of sin theta and cos 2 theta in the values of ixx and Iyy, we will get the required values. Nothing but previously we have found out ixx and I, nothing but equation number 3. Equation number 3, here we have found out ixx theta. So if you are going to substitute the values of cos theta and sin 2 theta, and similarly in the fourth equation, here 8th equation, if you are going to substitute here the value of sin 2 theta cos 2 theta, ixx dash and Iyy dash, then we will get the required values. So that is a very lengthy process. We no need to substitute. If you are going to substitute and we are going to find out, that will very lengthy process and we are going to get huge value. So we no need that, directly we can substitute. So here if you are going to consider u as an major principal axis, similarly VV as minor principal axis, nothing but it has tilted in this direction na. So here we are going to consider it as, after that the axis has same change na. So here I am going to consider it as UU and it is as VV for the figure. Then if you are going to find out the maximum moment of inertia, then it will become IUU is equal to maximum moment of inertia, it will become. Similarly IVV is equal to maximum moment of inertia, it will become. So by substituting the equations in 7 and 8, the values of sin theta and cos theta in 7 and 8, we will get the values as the maximum moment of inertia IUU will get as IXX plus IYY by 2 plus root of IXX minus IYY by 2 whole square plus IXY whole square again. Similarly, the value maximum moment of inertia in VV will get IXX plus IYY by 2 minus root of IXX minus IYY by 2 whole square plus ixy whole square we'll get. So make it as equation number 11 and equation number 12. So the equations 11 and 2 can be found out, and these equations are known as principal axis. These equations are known as principal axis.